Show. Peter G. Show. Divorced dad, single dad. Divorced dad, single dad. Peter G. Show.
Oh yeah. Sunday night. The last Sunday night of 2021. The last Peter G. Show of 2021. I hope all of you are going to share it with us tonight. It's going to be a good night. Got a lot going on. The last East meets West of 2021. The last sound of this intro for 2021. Everybody take a minute to get settled in. How about that? Share, share, share. I'm going to do that right now. Share. There you go. Hell of a year. Can't believe it's almost over. Almost glad it's almost over, but I'm thankful for every single day. How the hell is everybody? East meets West, our final East meets West of the year, with Baltimore's own Mr. Bob Paff going to be joining us in just a few short minutes. I know we always have it. It's amazing in a month how much you can acquire, how many events and things you want to talk about, and we're gonna do it right here. We'll see what's going on his end. Had a nice few days these past few days. I hope everybody else did too. The Christmas holidays, I know it's hard for a lot of people, and we'll talk about that too. I always talk about that. But, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. The end result is to keep moving forward. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Last week we had a little reunion for a Southern Fried Christmas. It was kind of mellow, but we played a few clips from when she was all riled up in the past. Melanie, the Mouth of the South. And we checked in with Perdido, Alabama. Hey, Pete. Look at all the exclamation points, Paul. You must be really excited. Last show of the year. Hard, again, you know, it freaks me out in a lot of ways. I mean, all this, it's grueling at times, and then, you know, all of a sudden, poof, it's over. It's over. So, all I can tell everybody is be thankful for what you've got, and because it could always be a lot worse. And then we'll get into the other things here shortly. I'm just going to wait, and I'll get Bob on. But last week we had Melanie, the Mouth of the South, for a little Southern Fried Christmas, just to hear how the southern part of this country or the United States kind of kicks back for Christmas a little bit, at least one portion of them. I want to remind you guys quickly to please, where am I? Oh, wow. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I gotta, you know, as much as problems I'm having with them and all that, I still need to make a mark over there. You know, for years we never pushed YouTube, but for right now, just go over there. I mean, the subscribe button is on every single show now, so all you gotta do is hit the button, and it'll get you on over, and it's free. 2022 is gonna be a different year, obviously. Wow, no shit, genius. Sorry. But you know, it's going to be another year, and things are forever changing with us. And I want you all to subscribe and be on. That way you can keep up. It's easier. I'm going to try to behave myself, and when there's shows that I know that I'm going to get spanked for on YouTube, I'm just going to simply tell you guys, hey, we're turning the YouTube channel off, and you either got to get on something else or watch it after the fact on another platform. Don't forget, I'm also on LinkedIn, Facebook, BitChute, the TLB Talk Network, and then all the short clips are on Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I can't. They control their world, and the minute we talk about something they don't like the truth, they'll knock me out, and I don't want to do that. So, but you know, just try and tune in, and don't forget the podcast too, people. I'll do it, you know, like school flashcards. Peter G Show right here. As a podcast, we're finally upstreaming to podcast. Don't forget, after a 2-year hiatus, we're back on podcast. So all these shows go directly to podcast. You can take us in the car with you. You can listen on the go. Podcast on iTunes podcast, real easy. iTunes, Peter G Show. Let's review. Peter G Show, back on podcast finally after 2 years of, I don't know why we weren't, but we weren't. On iTunes. Take us in the car. Take me with you. Listen while you're at work. Help pass the time. Good stuff. And one final note. And this is the big surprise too, kind of, sort of. So we'll, how will we do this? So here you go. Peter G Show starting 2022 is going to be moving to a new day, new time, folks. Wednesdays, okay? Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. Going to try to make it easier for you. Won't be up as late. Definitely, I know Bob's going to appreciate it, should he be able to still continue to join us if he doesn't get too busy. But that's what we're doing starting January. Wednesdays, we're moving to a new time, new day. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Central. So we'll keep telling you that. I know it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment, but you know, we've been doing this on Sundays for 3 years now, and we just want to make some change. Change is good, even though it's uncomfortable at times. And that's it. So without further ado, I think it's time we get this party started with the East Coast #1 party star, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paff.
Hey guy.
How you doing?
Merry Christmas.
Hey, you know what? Merry Christmas. I don't know how yours went. Mine was kind of like middle of the road, you know, not super extravagant, kind of what do you want to call it? Intimate.
I love that word. It's one of my favorite words.
It is a good word. But yeah, that's how a little bit funky, you know. I mean, I know you've probably been doing a bunch of stuff that you probably would prefer not to be doing over the past month or so, and I was almost in that position and didn't know whether I was coming or going. Yeah, a lot of things going on, you know, in life and this and that, and so it kind of preoccupied me to where I kind of felt like I was setting the holidays to the side a little bit, and I hate that, but it's just, you know, sometimes as we said last month, things don't always work out as planned, you know.
Life is meant to be disrupted, my friend.
Yeah. So anyway, how was yours?
It was Peter. I am all about simplicity. I'm getting an echo. You getting an echo?
Really? Okay. Let me see if I
can
get
a reverb.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mike said,
anyway,
okay, you keep telling us. Tell us, and I'll try to fix it.
So, because I don't want to turn my volume down. I'm all about one of the reasons I liked Thanksgiving so much. It's not about commercialization. It's not about gifts. There we go. It's not about money. It's about people. And I kind of look at, let me shift this here a little bit. There we go. And I that's kind of the holiday guy I am. It's just really about people and family and getting together and creating event. I like to, when I give my kids gifts, I like to give them, I took 3 of my kids out to dinner on the 22nd. and it's all about creating memories and sharing memories. And so my Christmas this year was Christmas Eve. My son Taylor and my future daughter-in-law made a fabulous dinner for everybody, and really awesome. And surf and turf. You know, we're in Maryland, so East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
We're all about the seafood here.
Yeah.
We're all about the seafood. So some great lobster.
Wow.
And great cocktails and a big fire. I think you saw the fire pit, that we did. It's just really, Peter, the older we get, I'm older than you, I think. I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain I am.
I'm catching up on you.
Well, but you'll never catch me. It's all about creating really special memories. Like I think about your daughter's what, 16 now? 15, 16? 16.
She just turned 16 5 days ago. 6 days ago.
Yeah. So my youngest is 19. My oldest living is 35.
Right.
And so I'd like to sort of create this legacy that when you and I go, people say, and think about this, my friend, Dad always did this. This was Dad's tradition. Dad liked this. Dad likes this cocktail. Dad likes to sit here. Dad likes this particular food. And I find with my son Taylor, he's probably not watching because it's 20 minutes of 12 here on the East Coast, and some of my friends are tuning in from North Carolina to Shona Flack is tuning in from London.
Yes,
London, buddy. So we've got spokes all over that are
all over the
watching
world
the show, and
Absolutely.
so it really and truly is all about creating memories. And I really would like my kids when I'm gone. I'm 61. I could be here for a long time or not. To say that, Dad liked this. Let's do this to remember Dad, or I miss Dad because of this or that, or Mom, or whatever. If you're out there, folks. What it really should be about is, as Peter and I do this last show of 2021, and we talk about, I think, Peter, we're going to talk about going into 2022, and we're going to reflect on 2021. What it's all about, but damn it, it's about creating those memories, Peter.
I
Giving
agree.
our kids memories. Giving our kids memories.
I had the hardest time with my daughter. It's her 16th birthday, so you kind of want it to be a mark, something, a coming of age. She's going to be driving on her own. And I did not know what to get her for her birthday and or for Christmas, because she has a lot of stuff. I mean, not baloney stuff, but things that are worth of her having,
Sure.
And everything I asked her, and she says, Dad, what I really want, and I want this dressage bridle, and it's on back order, and anything that says dressage for horses, you might as well triple the price on the stupid thing. And
dressage that's a big deal. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm a horse guy. I get it.
I know you are. That's why I mentioned it to you.
Yep.
So the thing is that I didn't really get her anything yet. She wants to have a 16th and a half birthday because her birthday's always been during the holidays, and it's hard to get people together because people are busy.
Correct.
And so she had a little get together with a couple of her friends and a little bit of her mother's side and this and that. But I look at her and I said, listen, little girl, which not so little girl, I go, and she got me, and I go, it's not about presents. It's about what we do every single day.
Correct.
I wrote her a card, and I'm a broken record. I mean, she's my world. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's all that matters to me. So it was, it's the gifts are great, but I buy her things off season, that are things that are
Peter,
really
I took my daughter to a Green Bay Packers game. The Packers
I saw that.
played the Ravens.
Yeah.
They're only here every 6 or 7 years because they're out of conference, and Aaron Rodgers is the shit. So tickets were like $1,000.
Oh,
so I took her and my son and my future daughter-in-law, and we sat in club seats, and we had food and we had drink. Went to a concert. What the hell was this guy's? I can't remember this guy's name. And I said, honey, that's one of the events that like you're talking about. But this was, we went down in a limousine, and anyway, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I could take or leave football. I'm a fair weather athlete. I've been an athlete all my life, but football, don't get me started on that whole thing. A lot of these guys, the guy who just drove his car at 156 miles an hour into some woman and killed her and her dog. Don't get me started on the NFL. Yeah. But, my daughter loves the Green Bay Packers, and Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. And so I got her to the game. So you're right. I hear you, my friend. It's about creating those events, which is a sacrifice and an expense, right? It's not about just ripping open a sweater.
Right.
Not about that, you know. So anyway,
Wow. Look, it's again, it's all about the memories. It's about what you do and the love you give.
correct.
And, you know, and vice versa. And I'm a stickler on that. It's more about your everyday life, and you know, and I said that's what's most important. I said stuff comes and goes. So
Correct.
to me, it's about making those memories.
Peter, people come and go. People come and go. Everybody is not here for the long haul.
Yeah,
So if you're folks, if you're listening to me, if Gene Barnett's out there, if you know wherever you are, Shona, if you're listening to me, everybody's not here. I was looking. I hope she's listening from London. I went through. Shona Flack had sent me a Valentine's card in 2015 or 16, I think 15. And so I think about, you know, that's been 6 years, 6 years or whatever, connected to people. And that's really what we're called to do, Peter, you know, to sort of wrap this up. It's good topic for your show as we end 2021. I know I'm honored to be doing this last show of the year with you. And as we kick it off into 2022 and realizing, you know, I was out last night. Look at this, the Christmas box. Great book. Somebody gave this to me. What's this one called? Life is, here's a good one for you. Look at that guy. Life's messy. Life's messy. Life is messy. It's messy.
Or life's a bitch.
Life's a bitch. So whatever you think it's going to be, and turn out not going to be.
Yeah.
Not going to be. You'll have some of those moments, and you appreciate those moments. But life is all about the lessons, you know. And so, anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it was this month has been, again, last time I saw you, I mean, you didn't know it, but we were in Florida when we did the show.
Oh, we were? You were?
I was, yes. We spent Thanksgiving weekend. I mean, but the last 2 weeks of November, I just didn't say nothing because we were busy. So we really got into a lot of topic stuff, and we were busy. But you know, I'm fortunate enough that I have a whole different setup over there, just waiting on me, and I can do things from there. And we decided we were going to go spend a couple of weeks over there. So we kind of went and did our traveling and all that kind of stuff in November, and then we got home like the 4th or 5th of December, and that's like, okay, now, you know, I'm here, but again, even though we were coming into Christmas, I just had so many things going on that it was hard to, I was forgetting, you know, really what we were getting so close to Christmas up until these final last couple of days, you know?
Yeah.
And then I kind of just honed it in and slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, even Pepsi, my Ed McMahon, he spent the past couple of days here with us, and he just left to go up into Northern California to go visit some people, and then he'll be back down. But I mean, it's, you know, we didn't do a whole lot. It was very, like I said, intimate. I don't have a lot of family. You know, you got kids, but you know, yours are starting to get
but I
out.
don't. But let me stop you there, guy.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that. No, really, no, truly. My mom's gone, my dad's gone, my brother's gone, no aunts, no uncles, and I have 5 living children, and one's gone.
Right.
And they really have their own lives. I have a son in Denver.
Right.
I have a son who goes to school in Rhode Island, daughter in Pennsylvania. I have a son getting married who, you know, and I've quoted Khalil Gibran before, you know, that the Lebanese poet, children don't belong to us, they pass through us. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm probably not 10 years older than you, but older than you. You just think it's going to be this sort of, and for some people, I think it is, Peter. Like I talk about all the time, people give me shit. And they say, nobody has a perfect life. Like, I agree. Nobody has a perfect life. So for those people who have 50 million, they thought they'd have 100. Yeah. You know, so life sucks. But there are some people who have a pretty goddamn good life.
Yeah.
Right? They do.
Right.
Let's face it. They're if you're a trust fund kid, or you got your shit together, if you're a DuPont, you're a Rockefeller, you're a Vanderbilt, you're a whatever, you're a Sackler. Those son of a bitches. You're living a good life.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it's not what you thought because you got some shit to deal with, but relatively speaking, and this is one of the things. But you know, I've had a very challenging life, And it's made me stronger and better and all those kind of things like that. But it sucks. It's difficult. But it teaches you the lessons of what's important. I think is really what it's about here.
And
Um,
again, challenges or no challenges, still here. I mean, it could have been worse.
Correct. And that's what you've got to remind yourself. So if you're listening to me and you're listening to Peter, is listen to this, guys. You've survived everything that's been thrown at you to this point. You and I would be having this conversation. You're on the West Coast. I'm here on the East Coast. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We hadn't survived everything that we've gone through. Is it what we thought it would be? No, but we've survived it. So there's there's more to do. More to do.
I think because we've gone through all this is the whole reason why we are here talking
Correct.
about.
Correct.
If our life was, let's face it, I think if your life was like honky dory and you were just living on yachts and all that kind of stuff, you wouldn't be caring to do this kind of stuff.
Nope.
Most people, I don't think you would. Some would, but most people, I don't think
some
so.
would, but not very many. And they're
many.
The ones really. They're the ones. This is what. And you and I, we could get into philosophical, political. This is what I think defines the liberal elite for the most part. It's that guilt of I was born on third base. I've got so much money. Here's a check. Here's this. Here's that, or whatever. I'm going back to my yacht, or I'm going back to my penthouse apartment, or I'm going back to whatever.
Right.
And I really do believe all the things I've gone through have prepared me for what's next. Like there's still a lot I want to do. This is a fucked up world we're living in. I'm sorry, folks, if you heard that.
Sure.
It really is, and it disgusts me. I'm going to tell you, Peter, it disgusts me. We just went over 100,000 overdose deaths in this country in 2021. The year my son died, there were about 70,000. In 2020, there were 93, and now we're over 100,000. So the people that went to the best schools, my son goes to one of them, have fucked it up. They fucked it up.
The fentanyl stuff, they said it's at a 40%.
Oh, Peter, a lot of those people, whether it's the Obamas or the Bushes or the Clintons or the Trumps or whatever, they were born on third base. Yeah. Let's face it. They were born on third base. And so, Obama likes to cry me the river that, but his mother was white. His father was a PhD. So these are, it's not so, they want to, here's the thing I laugh about with politicians. Every politician, while he's campaigning, acts like he grew up in a log cabin that he built himself until he's elected. Think about Mitt Romney. They all act like they grew up in a log cabin that they built themselves until they're elected. So Romney's father was the governor of Michigan. Privilege. So how do you assuage that guilt? You give away money. You say, "Oh, I'm sorry for you. You live in that tent. You live in that shithole. Here's $1,000. Here's $1 million, or whatever. Let me go back to my 65,000 square foot mansion." Where does Gates live? Zuckerberg, all of those people. Where do they live? How many houses do they have? How many cars can you drive on any given day? How many?
That's a good question.
One.
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Let me rephrase it. How many cars can you drive at any given time?
Depends who you ask,
realistically, come on, one.
I know. Well, okay.
Physically, how many cars can you drive?
Oh, physically, yeah, at one time.
That's my point. Do you need 10 of them? Do you need like 5 houses? All this kind of stuff like that. So, and this is not about capitalism, but we've lost our way.
Yeah. Look, I know lots of wealthy kids that have parents who have they've ruined their kids because they had so much money. They became nothing. They grew up to be adults and can't.
Because when you become an adult, you're like, well, and then it stops at some point where it was like, well, aren't you gonna? Well, isn't the check for $50,000 a month coming in?
Yeah, that was more like a curse, and they did it out of love, but they did it the wrong way.
I don't know. I don't know that. I would debate you on that. I don't know they did it out of love. I think there's guilt there. I think there's appeasement there. I think there's shut them up and just give them money. You know, it's right. It's all about. I don't buy the. It's all about love. I really don't. That's not love.
I guess. I mean, I knew a few people when I was growing up in the Gulf Coast, and they were very successful in the seafood industry,
Okay.
and like the biggest in the area. And
Mhm.
the parents had two girls, and when they turned 16, they got brand new Z28s, and then they'd smash them, and then they'd be in trouble for 2 weeks, and before you know it, all of a sudden they're driving another brand new car,
Mhm.
and then and because my girlfriend and was best friends with them, and so we were all friends. And so as they grew up to be adults, now they're like, middle aged almost, and don't have a grip on life
I was
because the
going to say, how
parents
are they functioning now?
because and I know that they did it out of love kind of too, but they just pretty much threw money at it. You're right,
Sure.
threw money at it, and because they had the money, so they spoiled them, but they didn't learn anything.
No.
About
No.
living and how to live,
No.
and that's kind of sad because I'm telling you, good-looking girls too, but that you can't. Unfortunately, you can't live on looks alone. There's got to be more than something inside, or no matter how good-looking you are, even
Yep.
that will get old after a while.
Yep.
True.
It does.
You know.
It does.
Wow.
It does.
Wow.
Well, it will get old
Yeah.
after a while,
Yeah.
So if that's your whole foundation, that's your whole basis, it will get old after a while. Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
guy, right? Peter.
Life is. Wait a minute. Let me solo you so you can get the whole thing in there. There you go. Life is messy. Yes, it is. Who wrote that book?
Guy's name is Matthew Kelly. He's a New York Times bestselling author.
Yeah. He
So-
just gave. So who gave you that book?
So I was my friend JT Mullen. I was invited to a party of misfits, Christmas night. Really, truly, people
That's
had no
what we
place
do.
else to go. I was.
Right.
Listen, man, I didn't get in the shower till like 5:30 last night. I was happy with. I've just moved,
Right.
and you're not seeing the fancy fireplace behind me, but I'm loving my space. And I got the girls. The girls are with me. See the girls behind me. See the
Who are
picture.
the girl?
The girls. See the picture.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, it's an oil painting that travels with me wherever I go. But
Oh,
anyway, so I went to this Christmas party, and my buddy he had like all these books that he ordered, and he gave me that one, and he gave me. I've never read this story. Have you ever read that?
Again, Bob, you got me beat when it comes to reading. I'm not I'm not an avid reader. I can't stay focused. It's my nemesis.
Really?
Yeah, I just can't stay focused. My eyes jump, and I got been like that since I was a kid. I'll be lucky if I can get a couple of magazines in when I was touring. I can't. Yeah, my daughter, thank God, she loves to read, and it's like
reading is so important. My son used to the one at Brown. I used to have to go in his room 10, 11 o'clock, and I'd say, buddy, time to turn the light off. He was reading the Shakespeare's works and
it's my flaw. I try to make up for it in other ways, but it's my flaw. I mean, I know that it's good, but that's why I became doing talk shows and not read shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Wow. Well, yeah, you have that gift, and it is a gift because I mean, I know people and they go, I love to read, and they get into it so much. I could not focus enough to get into it. I'd go through the motions. My eyes would start jumping after a while, and I start like losing my place.
I'm a deep thinker guy. So if I find somebody listen, that title alone, look at that, must be a rubber band or something.
Yeah.
Life is messy. That kind of stuff grabs me by the throat.
Wow.
So I'm giving this dude some press here, Matthew. I have no idea who he is.
Okay.
People will reach out to me. No, it's funny actually, and they'll say, "Do you know who Brene Brown or Brene Brown, whatever the hell her name is, and this one, and that one?" And I say, "Yeah, I do." Well, is this book on? Somebody sent me this early and said, "Is that book on your list?" And I said, "No," because what my work is all about my experiences.
Right.
And so if I'm reading Tony Robbins or Brene Brown or Brene, whatever the hell her name is, then that's their experience.
Right.
And I don't need, no offense to Bren, if you're out there, you're listening to Peter and I know she is. God bless you. But that's your story, honey. That's your interpretation. so much of this is existential. It's subjective. There's no objectivity about it. It's related to you, me, our experiences. So there are people. Oh, by the way, let's acknowledge Desmond Tutu, who passed away. One of my favorite books is The Gift of Happiness, the Book of Happiness. It was a conversation between Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama. How cool is that? Those two got together. They flew Desmond Tutu in to meet with the Dalai Lama, and what a great experience talking about what happiness is all about. So it's tough, though. It's tough. It's just tough.
Look, my mantra again, or motto, is life is short. That's one of them. I only have a few
Very
lines.
short, Peter.
I have a few lines that I'll live by. Life is short, and you and I both agree. You're not alone. I mean, that's a big deal for us. But the thing is, they say money can't buy happiness, and I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again because I think if I ever hit the lottery to where I won $128 million or whatever, I would not be one of those people that you'd hear about those sad sob stories that blew it all, and their grandchildren died and OD'd because they just and got into all this trouble.
Sure.
I would not be one of those people. It's like, to me, money may not buy happiness, but it damn sure helps. If you got your head on straight.
Well, it releases pressure. It can make you comfortable. It can all those things. If you're, I don't think in its purest form it buys happiness, but it helps with it takes the pressure off. It takes the stress off.
The whole world revives. Rent,
correct.
Bills. I mean, even if
it's all about money. It's all about money.
And I just told the girl that was on last week, the Mouth of the South, Melanie, because I did a Southern Fried Christmas last week. And I told her, I said, I'd probably rather be, if I had problems and I was wealthy, I'd probably be happier crying in my Porsche than in my, Ford Pinto.
Porsche.
Oh, excuse me. See what I mean?
That's not Porsche. It's Porsche.
Well,
Google it. It's Porsche.
I don't care. I don't have.
But I agree. You'd be happier crying in your Porsche than you would be in your Pinto or your.
How about that? Yeah, or my Lincoln Continental. How about that? Or my Ferrari. Yeah, I'll give you some names I'll pronounce correctly for you. In my Land Rover.
Your Cadillac.
Yeah, Cadillac. Nobody buys Cadillac.
Your Escalade. Your Escalade, not Escalade.
Yes. So whatever. Point taken. It's everybody's got problems with different zeros. One man's worrying about $10 while the other one's, trying to hold his banknote, on $100,000 or something. It's true. The pressure's the same. It's all the same. Yeah.
It's all, it's all relative.
That too.
It's all relative.
Yeah. So we went through this whole year. You have joined me this whole year. And we've done this and talked about a lot of things through the year. I mean, if I had the team that the production crew that I would, working towards, there'd be a best of and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, there's not enough of us to go around. And but we covered a lot of ground through this past year. I mean, from drug addiction to the homeless to everything. We covered, and I hope that we can continue as life takes us into 2022. I know hopefully you'll be busy in January.
Yep.
I hope,
do a little bit of traveling in January. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be in Denver, Colorado. We're shooting the pilot for my new series in January. Right. So lots of stuff going on. And
we are going to be doing, I never hardly, even when I told you I thought I was going to be doing a rerun here and there, and we take off. I never end up doing it. I said, no, I'm going to do a show. Well, the month of January, we're switching day and times finally after 3 years. This show is going to go to Wednesday nights. We talked about that a couple of months ago.
We did.
Yeah. Well, we decided.
Yeah, because it's 5 after 12 here on the East
Coast. Right. So to try to make it easier on you and even the listeners, because people listen to the beauty of the whole show is it carries on and it builds.
Agree.
But I love when people watch live. I really do. I mean, I
agree.
So we're going to go to Wednesdays. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a great time.
I'm hoping that maybe you're still available
Starting
at that
when?
time. Starting 2022, but we're doing the month of January. I'm going to take people back in time and do a few reruns to get people used to the day and time. Plus, we're revamping a lot of things, and for the month of January. So officially, all the new shows start in February. But I'm going to take some people back in time to listen to watch some of the shows from several years ago that I wasn't doing this live show up until there was more. The Peter G Show was the Peter G Show before 2019 when we went live like this. It all started in 2016. So I'm going to take back and pick out 4 shows, and we're going to just get people used to the new day and time. And then come February, we're going to start fresh and start working a whole new lineup and new
Very
everything.
cool.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think it might be better for people. I mean, look, every time I talk to somebody, they go, "Why don't you do it on a Friday night? Why don't you do it on this?" It's like, who knows? I mean, we're just
you're never going to find something that pleases everybody.
Well, I've learned that a lot too. Including this show. I got yelled at because I bashed The View. ABC the show
Really?
The View. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's garbage.
Well, because
you got yelled at.
Well, see, the thing is, there's some people that love that show, and Bob, here's the thing. What blows my mind too. Okay, they've been on for 23 seasons.
Really?
That's 23. Yeah, I know. Hard to believe, right? 23 years, Bob. They've been walking in, and it really shouldn't be called The View. It should be called Their View.
I like that. You're right. Their View.
But true, and that's why I'm pissed off. And I don't think that they deserve all what they've got. But there are people, hard to believe, but there's people that love that show, that love to sit. And I mean, and it blows my mind. But what do I know?
But you know what, Peter? Let me share what my philosophy is about that whole thing. I really believe, and nobody's ever convinced me otherwise. If you have enough money to throw at anything, the Kardashians are a great example. If you have enough money to throw at something and air it every day at a certain time, promote it, advertise it, push it out there, you can create, people will know it. I mean, you can make it's the whole being famous for being famous theory. And I believe that. So if you're a network with a view, Barbara Walters has got to be, I hear rumors, that she's on her last leg kind of thing, but she's got to be in her 90s now, I guess, right?
Easily.
Right.
Easily.
So if that's been around for 23 years since she started that, and she was a credible person, but this Joy Behar, these other people who exactly. Come on, really? I should believe you because you what? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Right?
And I got
all of them, Peter. I mean, all of them.
Well, I mean, we're voicing our opinions. I mean, truthfully,
sure, we are. And I tell people, you don't have to agree with me.
That's true, but they got it. It's very one-sided, and it's on ABC.
It is totally one-sided.
I mean,
did you see the one that I know we're not supposed to talk about The View tonight. We're not supposed to, but this show's not about that. The one that Condoleezza Rice came on there and said, she just clocked them. No. She clocked them and said, little white boys or white people shouldn't feel guilty about their success because of the adversity of black people or black kids or whatever like that. And she's right. When she grew up, she's a Stanford, she's a PhD. And she grew up and she was discriminated against, but she said her parents convinced her, rightfully so, look at her, that you can be whatever you want to be. And those are ignorant people and they're whatever. It doesn't matter. All white people are not bad. All black people are not bad. But we just that's one of the problems that we're dealing with here in Baltimore. And I think it's a lot of cities until they stop with it's the color of your skin kind of a thing. Nothing will ever change. That's what I'm seeing here in this city that I live in, that I'm I've had enough. If you have no credibility, if you're a person of a particular skin color, until we get beyond that bullshit. So
I would love to see somebody like Candace Owens go on that show and just tear them a new
Wasn't she on there? Didn't she go on there?
I don't watch the show, so I couldn't tell
Yeah,
you. But
true. I don't watch it either.
all I
I
know
don't
is
watch I don't watch garbage. I'm not going to watch Joyce or Behar, whatever the. I'm
my
not going to
point.
watch that.
My point being is though they are a prime time morning show
Yeah.
that can't they find something better than that? But
Well,
yet,
Peter, they don't want to. It's controversial. You and I are talking about it now, right?
yeah, I guess.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
true.
shame on me. I
It's
know.
listen, sometimes you air things just because it pisses people off.
Yeah, I
I'm
guess.
sure
I
you
mean,
and I have, whether it's a sports journal. I mean, I like, there's certain sports people like, whatever.
yeah.
But that's what the networks do. So
Wow, they'll probably.
not about the truth. It's
Yeah.
about look, what's his face? My show follows Sean Hannity. And
Yeah.
Hannity, it's rumored to make $30-40 million a year for pissing people off. And I think he does. I wasn't willing to do that. I wouldn't do that for 30,000. I don't want to be that guy. And
Do
I
you
don't
think
think
he?
you want to be that guy.
Do you think he pisses people off?
Yeah, he pisses people off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely on one team or the other. There's
Peter,
and
he's
so,
got 3% of the market share, which is not a lot. But if you look at 350 million people and he's got 3 million people, yeah, of course, if you're a liberal, he pisses you off, right?
Yeah, I'm
Right?
sure we're pissing people off right now.
Of course we are. We are. No, people are like home, like,
Yeah, look, I can already see it. Moving
shut
on.
up, Paff. Right,
Moving on. No, and
Is your
Peter
phone
G.
ringing off the hook? Yeah.
No, but it's definitely. I'm watching the feed, and it's there's a few that are a little edgy right now. Job well done.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I stand
well,
by what I say. I stand by
And
what
that-
I say. And
Me
what did
too.
I say? What did I say?
Me too. Life is.
What did I
messy.
say, Peter?
Oh,
Life is messy.
brother. Yeah.
Life is messy.
Yes.
You know,
All
when
right,
I tell people, the people who are 20 or 30 or 40 or even 50 who are telling me the way it's supposed to be is like, dude, give me 10, 20, 30, 40 more years and then come back and talk to me. I'm 61.
Right.
I'm 61.
Yeah,
I don't want to be told by a 20-year-old the way the world works. I just don't. I've got kids that age.
I know, I get it, and your mind changes as you grow. I mean,
It does.
change.
It does.
And-
And
I mean,
you've got to be. Yeah.
It's just life. I mean, you change.
It
And
is
there's
life.
it's not a bad thing. It's just what you may like.
It's a
Even
thing.
things
It's not
if
a
you
bad
like things when you were different, and you don't like that anymore, it's like
Correct.
I guess you're entitled to it.
You are. Shit happens and things change.
Yeah. Well, it is what.
So
it
what?
is.
So 2021, more people died of COVID in 2021 than 2019, right?
Yeah, and I can't talk a whole lot about that because I'm getting spanked for medical misinformation, which is the truth. But YouTube doesn't
Okay.
like what I am a marked. I'm a targeted individual. I found out.
Okay. All right.
And that's okay. But the truth is, yeah. I mean, I just what used to be there was a strain of the flu going around is now everything is
The flu's
COVID.
gone. The flu.
Yeah,
There's such thing as the flu.
Yeah, so there's no more strains of flu that we used to get. Now everything's just COVID, and everybody's got to constantly keep testing to create more.
Well,
paranoia.
everything's now is a strain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, variant, not a strain.
A variant, right?
Yeah. We were only 2 variants away from Christmas, and now we're done. So who knows what's going to happen now?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it's sad but true. And I heard of so many. They had a lot of canceled flights over Christmas these past couple of days. I don't know if you were. And they were blaming that a lot on some of the workers of the airlines testing for COVID and but
being
whatever.
short-staffed. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's short-staffed. The whole thing about
Sure.
people not wanting to work
Sure.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
But I mean, people do get sick. It is wintertime, but what are you going to do?
Correct.
I am up on my vitamins. I tell you, I take I take about 10 things in the morning and about 5 in the evening, and just trying to up my
Damn.
immune. Yeah, I know it's a pit.
Text me all your secrets.
They're not secret. Doing the best I can with what I've got to work with, and believe me, I got my share. But I just don't want to. I just if people are getting sick, which I know they are, I just want to try to avoid being as sick or getting sick at all. You
Agreed.
had it.
I
had
did.
it.
I was in the hospital.
So, yeah. So I mean, but
I've gotten the
it's
shots and gotten the all that stuff. Yeah.
it's a crazy world, and
I've
my
got a
daughter.
friend who did the booster and she's been sick for 2 days.
Oh
Like,
yeah, and that to me
so
that's the
that's
least of
an
the.
whole another thing.
To being sick for 2 days, I'm worried about 10 years from now after doing all that. What's gonna?
Correct. When you
But
start growing an arm or hand out of your temple or something, and
if
you're like,
if
what
you're
the hell?
lucky, yeah, if you're lucky,
Right?
that's all
It's
you'll.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Lend
true.
me a hand.
I agree with you. I agree with
Anyway,
you. Yeah.
but I can't talk about that stuff.
No. Okay. All right. So we want to talk about puppies and lollipops and rainbows.
Yeah, 2022. Moving
2022.
into 2022. I mean, we survived this past year, all of
We
us. I
have.
mean, most of all of us. A lot of people didn't. Yeah.
Correct.
Knock on wood.
Correct. A lot of people did not.
I saw Pastor Ray had said, a few of his people that he had just recently. And it's like that's got to be tough. I mean, I don't know. We think we bitch and complain, and these people are living out in the wilderness and still.
I not to the level that he has, but I had one guy on my show. I've gone to some of his events. I've spoken at one of his events. I was there at one of his Church Without Walls thing, and it is it's very upsetting. It's very upsetting that in 2021, 2022, that people live like this.
Yeah.
To me, really, it's unconscionable. It's unconscionable. And I just think of, Elon Musk now is the richest man in the world. And you hear different things about him. I read something the other day. He lives in a house that costs $55,000 in Texas, but also spends most of his time in some mansion in Austin or whatever. And I don't deny anybody anything. And let's face it, when these guys did all this stuff, who knew that they would hit it like they did? Patrick Mahomes makes $40 million a year, signed a contract for 10 years, $40 million a year. None of these people could have imagined the sick, unrealistic money that they make. How do you wrap your head around $40 million a year? It's more than $3 million a month. Imagine what you could do with that.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine. So if you said, all I need is 10 million, let's put the other 30 for the homeless or whatever. Let's get people off the streets in California who are living in these tent. Pastor Ray, imagine if you said, we're going to give Pastor Ray's church $100,000 every year, monitor their progress and whatever they do, but we're going to give them that. And if you make 40 million a year, what's 100,000?
I get it.
Nothing.
But I don't think it gets done. And I think as these organizations get bigger, I don't know where the money goes. You know what I mean? It costs money to pay everybody to do work for the organization.
Well, that's true, and that's true.
And how much versus how much actually goes to the project as opposed to that goes into the project. I mean, it gets complicated.
It's complicated. I agree.
I mean, even benefits are not benefits. People have to get paid to do benefits, and I mean, because I know
Correct.
in the concert world, even when we do benefit concerts, there still has to be people to get paid to put together all that stuff.
Agreed. Agreed.
So it's a slippery slope, but
Agreed.
I get your point. I mean, there is a lot of money, excess money around that could be doing to do better than what it's doing, but
way better what we're doing. So,
I mean, Pastor Ray does it really, ground roots, and he gets a few dollars here and there and puts it to use, and I just hope it really does something. I don't know.
I've got a bag here right now, like with 4 blankets in there. I mean, the basic stuff that, when people don't think about it, it's not just really about, if you live in that community, the people who live in those communities worry about their stuff being stolen. They worry about being harmed in some way. You've got men and women both living in those communities. So you've got safety issues that people don't really think about. You've got a lot of stuff. The dynamics of doing that are really unbelievable. It's not like you get a good night's sleep with a borrowed blanket in the park. right?
You got snow? Do you have snow over there right now?
We do not. No,
Have you
and
had
it's
snow
been
yet?
mild. What? No, no, no. It's been mild. It was like
Really?
it's been like 60 degrees here.
Oh shit! It was pouring down rain over here these past 4 days. Oh, and snow on the
We've
mountain.
not had rain. We've had no snow. I think my son lives in Denver. I think Denver, for the first time, like I don't think they've had any or much. Like I don't know, it's like first time in December that they haven't had snow, or it's the whole climate change thing is kind of crazy, right? But then there are storms. I think the Pacific Northwest, there's all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy shit going on there, and then of course you had in Kentucky the tornadoes and people that got wiped out and all that kind
I
of
know,
stuff.
but we get tornadoes. Look, I personally, I don't believe in climate change. I just don't. I mean, I think that there's, there's
What do you think it
nothing.
is?
I don't think it's anything. I think it's just life. I mean, if you look at,
Okay.
I mean, they say that in the past 100 years we've gone up a degree,
Yeah.
1 degree, and but you believe what you hear, and I
Agree.
just think that tornadoes, they get them all the time. Happen to be
Right.
a really bad one, you know what I mean? But they
Yeah.
happen. They happen through the decades
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time. Hurricanes, yeah, we get them. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Earthquakes, we've had them. I mean, what are
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Yeah.
But I don't buy it.
I've heard that side of it too. That
That's
people
what I'm
say,
saying.
oh, if
So
you look at what about the ice caps melting and all that kind of stuff?
I think that they were melting from hundreds of years ago and thousands of years ago too, and they're melting, and they'll freeze and they'll make more.
Okay.
I mean, we're not underwater yet. Florida's not underwater, or I mean,
Louisiana is underwater.
Louisiana's always been Louisiana. They've always
Right.
been,
Crazy shit. No wonder the
I don't-
French sold that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Here, you can have it.
You can have it. A
Our
swampland
gift
in
to you.
Arizona. Right.
Exactly. But,
Right.
I mean, I don't think in our lifetime or our children's lifetime we're going to be seeing anything of any significance.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
when the dinosaurs disappeared, well, that was an event. Okay.
It's true.
But this is not, I don't see that kind of event happening unless we have some kind of nuclear holocaust, be man-made from, stupidity.
Well, we could. That could be too. That could be too.
But
All right,
as
dude. What do we need to tackle?
You want to leave? Oh, I want to get into next year. I mean, next year, we've survived this year, but I mean, okay, you're pushing for next year, but a lot of people, have like every year I'd go to these New Year's parties, and every year people are like, Happy New Year, and they go, it's got to be better than last year. I mean, I
Right.
would hear that year after year after year.
Right.
We've had some funky years. We have to have a better year, and as I don't know how it's going to happen, but it needs to be a better year next year for 2022. But how that's going to happen, I'm asking. What your take on it?
Well, I think for the next month or two, we're gonna see some more shutdowns. I think people need to. I'm speaking personally. I think people kind of need to rise up and So here's my issue with all of this stuff that's going on, and I know you get censored or whatever you're saying. I'm personally not willing to say, and I've been vaccinated and all those things, and I had COVID, but I'm not willing to risk my emotional health for the possibility of risking my physical health. I'm not willing to do that. I see people walking around, and it breaks my heart. I see little kids. You see it? I was in church. We went to 4:00 mass on Christmas Eve, and I see 2 and 3-year-olds with masks on. And it reminds me of communist China, because the Chinese have had masks. They've been wearing masks for years, right?
Right.
They have.
Yeah, I know.
And it just really, I don't know. I think I had this conversation with some folks tonight when I was out about things changing, happening, and pushing, people just being pushed to the limits. I mean, is this the world according to Fauci? I mean, it's just all of it. Listen, I live in a city where the former head of the CDC, the Center for Disease Control in Atlanta, former head lives in Baltimore. I don't know if I've shared that. Not going to say the person's name, whatever, but I see this person all the time, and I don't see this person with a mask on. I don't see this person all, like, so I'm thinking like, he's just, this person's a scientist. And so I see other people. I live in a highly educated, affluent community, and there's so much duplicity, Peter, that's going on here, and that's where the logical thinker in me, it's like, well, which side is it? I've never bought into propaganda. I've been an independent thinker. I've been I was a latchkey kid for anybody who knew what it meant. So I've been thinking on my own for a very long time, and I think I'm fairly bright. But
a lot of people.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't mean it, but a lot of people. You may be an independent. I never realized how many people just follow the herd.
Correct.
Up until these past few years.
Correct.
Just go with that flow.
People want to belong. Here's the thing. People want to belong.
That's scary.
It is scary. They want to belong. They want to be like, yeah, we're in this together. I'm going to wear the mask up to here too, because I'm with you, kind of thing. So they've lost all sense of thinking. I'm okay with it. Seems like we need to do a part of the mask show and what goes on every show we do. It's only once a month. I'm okay with, and these are not laws. A lot of people don't realize that. So if a county executive or a governor, if they're not laws, they've got to be enacted and passed. They're not laws, they're mandates. But I'm okay with if somebody says, if you come in my store, you have to wear a mask. I will. Mm-hmm. But the second I step foot outside, I rip it off.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm amazed to see people walking through parks, walking the streets, driving their cars alone, or wearing masks. I almost want, and I don't. I've learned. This has been. Here's the lesson. Here's the silver lining. Bob, just be quiet about it. Don't roll down your window and say, "What the fuck? Why are you in your own car?"
I know.
Or are you afraid of your own breath?
Hey, I got two quick church stories for you, since you
please.
Okay. So my ex-wife is Catholic, okay?
Okay.
And my daughter was complaining because not complaining, but my ex wanted to go to church for Christmas Eve. And so my daughter and her half sister and her husband, they finally said, okay, we'll go to church. So my daughter was roped into going to church too, because she's at that age right now where like she could take it or leave it. She'll come around again, but she's, I get it. I was that way too. You're there when you're real little.
I get it. You got to come to it on your own. I get it.
Yeah, and then you'll come back around. But anyway, so they're going to go to church. So they're going to church. They end up going into the parking lot and listening to church on, I don't know how, Facebook. And they go, you're telling me you guys drove to the church and sat in the car and did not go in the church? And it's like, why the hell didn't you go to church? My daughter just looks at me and goes, I don't know. She goes, they all of a sudden they got COVID weird. And so they sat in the car and listened to church in the car. And I'm going,
I'm sorry.
I started laughing. I go, and she goes, I know, right? I go, and then Pepsi.
That's the dumbest shit I've heard.
It pretty much, you're right there at the church, and they didn't go in. So then my Pepsi, my cohort, he was talking to a friend of his that lives in somewhere in California, and he was going to church with his girlfriend or this and that, and they went to the church, and there was no church. The Catholic Church closed because of the Omicron variant, and they did not even have a church service. So that church completely got scared out of it and didn't even have church.
Wow.
And this is what's going on.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody following everybody, and when I was in Florida, the minute we got out of that airport, mask was off. Nobody thinks twice about anything. And again, Florida, lowest. They don't count cases. That's like saying, every time you get the sniffle, you're counting as a case. We're talking about the real deal: hospitalizations, deaths, all that. Yeah. So, who do you want to believe? So the sheep follow the herd and all that kind of stuff.
I agree.
And here we go.
I agree.
2022 now. We're going to go into 2022.
Here we go. What I think it's going to be interesting to see. Let's you and I connect on January 2nd. Because January 1st, everything shuts down. It's New Year's Day, right? It's quiet.
Right.
But you're going to see new mandates and all these kind of things that are going to roll right in on January 2nd. Because all these numbers are up. All these numbers are up.
We have in California, I don't know how much attention you've been paying, but in California, they mandated an indoor mask mandate in California through January 15th. Like, I don't know what the difference is because
I was going to say, I love this too, when they say we're doing this and we're going to do it next Tuesday. If it's so serious, why are we waiting till next Tuesday?
Exactly. Well, that's a whole nother thing. So come to find out, we have the Super Bowl here. The Super Bowl is going to be here
this year? Oh, really?
It's in Southern California, SoFi Stadium, that new stadium in Los Angeles. And
no shit. Who plays there?
The Chargers and the Rams. We have two teams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all new.
The Super Bowl's there. Oh, my God.
So naturally, that mandate is going to be lifted prior to the Super Bowl.
Of course.
There's a lot of money rolling through that stadium at the Super Bowl.
Wow, Peter. I didn't realize that because you're talking just a couple weeks away.
You're absolutely right. Hey, you know what I want to do real quick since we're here, just because before we close the day out, because we're starting to run out of time. I'm just going to open up the phone lines. Anybody wants to call in? It's the last show of the year. We haven't done that in a while.
Shona Flack, Shona, are you there? Shona sent me a message earlier on Viber. She did. And she said, so in London right now, it's 12:30 here on the East Coast.
9 hours.
London's 5 hours ahead. No, it's 5 hours ahead. No, not 9. That's in California. London is 5 hours ahead on the East Coast.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, for me. So Shona might be waking up to go to work. Shona, if you're there, love you. Yep. But she's like, I'm going to try to catch you and Peter, which is awesome. So she shared on LinkedIn, because I know you put on LinkedIn. Are you connected with Shona? Shona
you know what? Awesome. Ironically, we both were connected to her, even though we had nothing in common at the time. Somehow or another, we were both.
No kidding.
We're picking up each other.
I'm going to get over there, though. She's invited me over there. She works with cancer patients. She's amazing. She sent me a card for Valentine's Day in 2015. So her and I have been friends for a long time. And she's incredibly supportive and sends me messages and kind of has lived vicariously and knows what's going on with my kids, whatever. So Shona Flack, if you're listening, Gene Barnett, who
hang on, Gene Barnett's on the phone with you right now. Here you go.
Hi.
Say hi, Gene.
Hey, Gene.
Hi. How are you?
Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
There you go.
Did you have a good Christmas, Gene?
Yeah.
Yeah?
How about you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Hey, Gene, are you still mad as hell and you're not going to take it anymore?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if you caught that show. What she called in one night, Bob, and she said she was mad as hell and she wasn't going to take it anymore.
No, that's a scene from Network. I didn't know that.
I know. It was awesome. I even featured her on a clip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gene, what are you mad as hell at? You're not going to take it anymore.
Tell him why you're so mad, Gene.
Right. She can't. She's so mad.
She's just so mad. She's an angry person,
Right. Well, Gene, thank you for staying up so late here on the East Coast. And
I just like watching your shit. You guys have some good stuff to talk about.
I don't know. Some people beg to differ.
So from Harford County, Maryland to London, England. Here we are, right. Gene. Right, Peter?
And I think there is. I can't tell who's watching LinkedIn. I think it is your. I'm getting feeds from all over.
Can't see. So Shona said she would try to comment on LinkedIn or on YouTube or whatever. So if you're there,
it just says hey Bob watching, and it says LinkedIn user. It doesn't have a name. We'll find out. Though. We'll find out.
Show, Peter.
Yeah. Gene,
Joe, love you. Thank you.
We want to thank you for paying attention throughout the year and putting up with our baloney antics and all that, and still loving us. But
yeah, I just enjoy watching you guys. I just learn a lot from what you guys say.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Don't
old
take it
white guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Guess what?
It's a show.
One of my one of my best friends that lives down below me, I found out yesterday they sold their place and they're moving to Mount Pleasant, South Carolina.
Love Mount Pleasant. It's just on the other side of the bridge from, well, it's Charleston. So it's about 10 minutes from Charleston, but it's just on the other side of the Isle of Palms. So Mount Pleasant
yeah,
is.
I know where it is because we've been down there before. My oldest brother lives down there.
Well, there you go. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So good for your friends.
My neighbor, she told me yesterday that they're moving.
Wow.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on at the condo. You know, the person that's in charge, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
You need to yell at the top of your lungs. I told you to go out on your front door and go, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
You're right, Peter.
Hey, Gene.
Yeah.
I want you to have I wish you the best, and I want you to have a great start for the new year. And again, I know Bob and I both thank you for paying attention.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. I saw my niece's cat yesterday and today.
Fluffy.
That cat is into everything.
Yeah. Well, that's what cats do.
Yeah.
I know. It just gets into everything.
He's a crazy cat man.
It's funny. The things that it does.
Yes.
There you go.
That's what they say about Bob too. He's into everything.
Into everything.
Into everything. All right. Well, I'm going to see if we can get somebody else kind of just before we get out of here, before we close out this year.
Peter, I just got a message from Shona Flack. Thank you, Jane. On Viber, and she said yes, she's watching from the UK.
There you go. By the way, Shona Light, do you remember my Halloween joke? Gene, we're going to let you go so I can open up the phone lines, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Bye, Gene. Happy New Year.
You remember I told that Halloween joke? I don't know if you remember I told you a Halloween joke about yeah, remember the pirate, the hair lip kid? I'm a pirate.
Oh, yeah, pirate.
Yep. Yeah. I know. Well, it didn't do much for you, but apparently she liked that joke and said that she busted out laughing. Yes, she said she busted out laughing in the middle of the night when she heard that joke. Because Shona's got a keen eye for a good sense of humor.
Oh, she does. She's very sharp. She's very sharp. Thank you for that message, and thank you for watching, and thank you for all of your support. And because it's like 6 o'clock almost in the UK. Peter, that's a compliment, right? She's
I'm blown away by everybody who takes the time. You know, there's a million things to do. They don't have to watch.
Absolutely right.
And I truly appreciate all that. And I say it every time because I get it. I can't keep up with the things I need to try to watch and pay attention to of other people. It's hard. There's only so much time in the day.
Right.
And for those that do tune in, it's like, God bless them. And 818-259-7983, you want to put in a little something before this year is over, just chime in. You're welcome to do it right now. So otherwise, we'll just keep on with our banter.
So a big thanks to Shona Flack, who's a show, right? Mm-hmm. She just sent me a message. Came across the screen.
Right. I got a big month of rearranging and things like that, and I just, it was a hard decision to make, to take off for a month basically. Yeah. And it's not really taking off, but not doing the live show. But sure. I just feel like there's plenty of stuff that people haven't seen. I don't feel we even scratched the surface when it comes to. Hang on 1 second. Here comes one of your big fans. Hey, you're on with Life of Peter G. Who's this?
Hey, Peter. It's Mike in Oregon.
Michael Schwartz.
Hey, Michael Schwartz. Michael.
Hi.
How are you
guys?
How are you
guys doing? I'm doing great.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. It's been a great year watching you guys and looking forward to next year.
Cool.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for all of your support, really. And one of my, it's not a goal. It's going to happen. I'll be in Denver in January, but I want to get out there because I've got several friends. I've got you. I've got Cookie Boyd. Cookie is in Bend.
Yeah, he's too.
Right. So I don't know if you guys have connected, but I want to get out there. Michael, I hear that's God's country. It's supposed to be beautiful out there. I've never spent any time in the Pacific Northwest. Are you from there originally?
No, I'm actually from Hollywood.
Oh, okay. From Hollywood. There you go.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I
There you
knew it.
go, Peter.
Yeah.
So how the hell from Hollywood to Oregon, right?
Because they loaded up the truck.
1990. Yeah, 1990. I moved out of that
Yeah.
hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
He loaded up the
But-
truck and he moved.
Wow.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beverly Hillbillies.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, but yeah, we're getting hit with snow really good. It's nice.
Oh, were you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You got to shovel that stuff though, right?
No, I just look out the window at it.
Oh, okay.
So, Michael, when you get snow there, is it kind of like in the New England area? You know, when my son lives in Rhode Island, goes to school in Rhode Island. So when it snows in the early fall, it stays until the spring. Is it the same way in the Pacific Northwest? Does it melt and go away, or does it kind of stick around for the whole time?
Oh, it melts and goes away. And the funny thing is, if we get a dusting, they shut down the whole city.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's funny because everybody makes fun of us here and they say, oh, you're not, you can't handle like people in Michigan and Colorado and other places that get it. You shut down. So you guys shut down the whole city when you get a little bit of snow.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And it's funny because when I drive in it, I don't worry about myself. It's the other people.
The other people. Right.
And
I agree.
They don't know how to do it. They
Right.
stop the freeway, they leave their cars there sideways on a hill.
Right.
Terrible.
Or they drive with their flashers on as though like, what does that mean? It's kind of like, guys, I want to say this, that baby on board sticker. I've got 6 kids. That baby on board. What does that mean? Don't hit my car. Because if you didn't have that, I might hit your car. I don't know what the baby on board, drive extra careful. Like, lady, I don't want to hit my car either. Like, I don't understand what that baby on board kind of thing.
I think it means stay away from my car because I got a lot of kids.
I got a lot of kids,
But that's going to make a difference. That sign's going to
right. That's what I think.
Avoid that. Yeah.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy
I've
shit.
been Bob. I don't know if you've been watching Michael, but he cooks a lot. He
Michael,
makes a
I
lot.
had no idea. And the cooks not only cooks a lot, he's an amazing chef.
Well, again, all the above.
Michael,
Mike-
that's clearly a passion of yours, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I think look, I've been seeing a few guys on TikTok with one camera, like showing
Sure.
how to make something like within 3 minutes. And I'd like you to come on and do that once. If
That'd be a cool show, guys.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you're doing. You said you were trying to do a cooking show or not. I don't know if you're doing it or not, but I'd still like to bring a taste of that, on here, just because I know people are interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I should be I got wrist surgery on the 7th, so I'll be out for like a month and a half.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm going to start production.
All right. So have my people call your people in March.
It's
Is
like
that
a
what you're saying?
carpal tunnel thing or
Yeah.
something, Michael?
Yeah, and a nerve in the right arm.
Oh, okay.
That's very
Okay.
unnerving.
Yeah. Too much cooking. Yeah.
So what's the prognosis and all that for this? Is this a risky thing, a routine thing? Is it what are they telling you?
Oh, I'll be fine. Yeah.
You'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
Okay.
got fry pan
Just-
hand.
Yeah.
From flipping.
From flipping, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is this your left or right wrist?
It's the right, the one that the prominent one.
The flipper.
Yeah, I was going to say you're right-handed. Yeah.
The flipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
either way,
Wow.
I thank you for putting up with us throughout the
Yeah.
year.
Oh, it's been
Well,
amazing.
not only putting up, Michael supported
Great ride.
me. I mean, I sent the book out to him. I mean, he's donated to the cause. I mean, he's so much of what I do. I'm going to do a social media marketing thing in January, February, and some folks are going to do it remotely. Michael's one of them. I've got a friend, Elizabeth Bladesdell, who's down in Ocala, Florida. So we've got several people that are scattered around who I've got people in Greece and Cyprus who want to participate. We've got Michael who want to do it. I'm going to shut it off. You guys know that 33 is my spirit number. That's how old Zach was when he died. And so that's kind of a magic number. So I don't really care if 50 people want to do it. I'm going to shut it off. Thank you. Shona Fleck sending us a message here that the world needs more of you and I, Peter, in 2022. So thank you, Sho.
God bless her.
And that's from London, England. But anyway, Michael. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to shut it off at 33. Because the things I do, you guys know me, it's not about money. It's not about fame and fortune and stuff and whatever. I just want to make a difference in the world. If I can keep one person from dying of an overdose or dying of suicide or falling into a deep depression, I've shared my stories publicly. You guys know a fair amount, but you don't know all the dark and dirty details. And same thing with all of us. It's horrible. But I think the calling is for us to make a difference in each other's lives in any way that we can.
Yeah, we're all here for each other.
We're walking each other home. I mean, there's a guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but somebody in November said to me, like, what do you need and how can I help? And I was like, what do you really? And so this was a person, I'll share this story, who said, he called his wife and he said, I want you to meet him. This is the guy that I told you about. He said, you told me something 20 years ago that I'd never forgotten. I've shared with a bunch of people. I can't even remember, honestly, guys, what it was, but he said, changed my life. He said, I'm done if I want to be right now, but what do you need? And I said, what do you mean? What do I need? And he's like, yeah, I want to help you. We talked about the show and doing things. So that's really what it's all about, is that paying it forward. It's about being there for other people. It's about making a difference. And it's about not having any expectations in mind. Like, I do this for you. It's not a quid pro quo. It's really that paying it forward and just believing that the universe, Michael, the universe will take care of you because you did the right thing. And that's really what it's all about. That's how I've lived my life. Honestly, grew up with nothing and grateful for any little thing that I've been able to, participate in and enjoy. So it doesn't define us, but we can enjoy it and participate in it. So that's what it's about.
Yeah, like you said earlier, it's all about the memories. That's all I do.
It's all about the memories, creating those memories, right?
And the grandkids. That's it.
Yeah. It's incredible. Dad, like this or that. I was amazed with my kids, like just over Dad, do you have this or that? Or do you still have that? It's like, oh yeah, I was getting ready to throw that out, kind of a thing. It's like, so that's what it's all about. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I hope we can create many more memories in the coming years, especially this coming year.
Well, Peter, what I want to do is I want to come out to California, but certainly want to get out to the West Coast and get up there. Cookie Boyd, Michael, is from Baltimore, very prominent family, and so that has been on my bucket list. The Pacific Northwest, Washington State, Oregon. My friend Spencer's out there who worked for me here in Baltimore, and so I'm a very spiritual guy, as the two of you know. So I love cloud formations and the rush of the ocean and the surf and just things like that, rock formations, crazy trees. So and the Pacific Northwest is full of all those things. And I really want to get out there. In 2022, I'm going to get out there and do that. And give
me a heads up. I want to make sure I'm home.
You got to be home. Yeah.
Peter, how far do you live from Burbank?
Oh, about 40 miles now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I go down there a lot.
I used to about 40 miles. I used to live right in the heart there in Toluca Lake, but then, as we grew, or as life got better and this and that, you kind of, a lot of my friends in the music business, you either lived up in the Hollywood Hills or you started moving out towards Westlake and all, the event, Thousand Oaks and all those kind of areas.
Thousand Oaks, Newbury Park.
Yeah,
so my parents had a house in Newbury Park.
You see, you get away a little bit more because you don't have to be in the thick of things as much, and so it's So now I kind of cut out from that. I rarely, only to go to the airport and pick up somebody from the airport. Do I dabble just hanging out just to hang out because I'm just tired of the hustle and bustle. I mean,
it's like when I fly in, I will not go to LAX. No, it has to be Burbank.
It's definitely a difference. Yeah.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. LAX.
So you can fly into Burbank, like from here. You can fly into Burbank.
It's a much smaller airport and completely different. I mean, it's just so.
Now the John Wayne Airport is what? Is that Santa Barbara? What is?
That's Long Beach area.
Okay. Okay, that's a small airport though too, right?
Right. smaller.
Bob Hope is Burbank.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Just y'all make your plans. I don't know. Just make sure you check in and keep up with the schedule, because I don't know everything. There's times when it's like I'm not here. I'm in Florida. I've been bouncing back and forth a lot.
When you come here, I'm going to be in Florida in probably February, because the abuelitos are there, and unfortunately we got Tina had her PET scan on Thursday, got the results on Friday. She's got to have a biopsy now, unfortunately, and she's got to go back and see the surgeon. So that's never good. It either means they didn't get it all or it metastasized somewhere else.
Right.
And he's going to be 80 on January 15th. So I get down there because the time with those guys is so precious, and they've been so incredibly supportive and loving and of me that, so I'll be in Florida in February, Peter, but yeah, between California and Florida and whatever, we'll catch up. And if I'm out there and you're not there, then
again, we're going to roll the dice this year, and we're going to keep on pushing forward. Who knows whatever's going to go? So long as we're alive on this planet to do what we're going to do, I know we're going to do something. You know? But
we have to make a huge change in something.
We do, Michael. We do.
Kind of got to speak out loud, otherwise change doesn't get made unless you make a mark. And you can't just sit there and say, "Yeah, we need to do something." You got to.
Right.
I stick my neck out and piss off people talking about things that they may not like, but either way, it's it's true. This is my soapbox.
Yeah.
I hear you, brother.
All right, look, Michael.
Michael, thank you.
Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year, guys. We'll talk to you in the new year.
Remind me after you're feeling better, because we book ahead of time most of the time. But I mean it. I truly mean it. If you can figure out a way
cool
to
show.
A one camera deal. I've seen people on TikTok do it. I'm going, you know what? If he could just send me a feed like that, and he can do it to put something.
He can do it on his phone and connect somehow. You guys can work that out. It's a cool idea, Michael.
So just to get a quick glimpse of what you do, because I wanted to talk to you about recipes for Thanksgiving during the Thanksgiving holiday.
That stuff he whipped. I was like, have me over for dinner, will you, guy? I mean, I want to
I will.
Michael, we'll do a show about that. I mean, this on the road thing. I'm going to get down to Lexington. I'm going to be in Atlanta. I'll be in Colorado. My son, when I get to Colorado, we're going to probably road trip to Taos. I've been to Taos and Santa Fe. But I was like, that's the whole on the road concept. So you and I could have me over for dinner, and we'll do a cool cooking kind of thing. And hey, guys, here I am. So
there he is.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man.
That's awesome.
All right.
Hey, guy, listen, good luck with the surgery. I'm sure we won't speak, but the best of luck to you. And I'm sure everything's going to work out great. And
It'll be good.
Happy New Year. All right.
Okay.
All right, Michael.
Thanks, Michael. Take care.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
There you go.
All right, Peter, are you done with me? We need
another satisfied customer. Well, yeah, but because I just thought of this, and we're gonna finish out the year with this. So I'm gonna give you another stupid joke. Okay. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Yeah. So here's the deal. Because Shona was on there and just reminded me, it's like, so there's this guy, and he goes to the doctor, and I'm borrowing this joke from the same person who told the one from the last time. Sea Dog. God bless his soul. He's no longer with us. But I was told this joke, and I heard this joke, and I like it. So this guy goes to the doctor, and he says, "Doc," he says, he goes, "What's wrong with you?" He goes, "I don't know. I've been feeling like a pig lately. I've been just feeling like a pig." This is my New Year's joke, the end of the year joke. Just so everybody get ready.
Go. We got it.
So he says, "I've been feeling like a pig." He goes, "What do you mean you've been feeling like a pig?" He goes, I don't know. I just feel like a pig." He goes, "Are you eating? Really, like you feel fat or whatever?" He says, "Well, no, I've been feeling, like a pig." He goes, "What do you mean you've been feeling like a pig?" He goes, Doc, I just been feeling like a pig." And he says, "Well, how long have you been feeling like a pig?" He goes, About a week.
Oh, okay.
Week. Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I've been feeling like a pig. How long have you been feeling?
Week. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, don't mention it. There are people all over the world cracking up right now, Bob.
I'm absolutely. Shona Flack is.
Yes. I will get the emails.
She's cracking up in London over that pig joke. Right.
About a week.
All right, guy. All right. Can I go to bed?
Yeah, you can go to bed, but I want to tell you something from me. All right. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart again. I mean, really, you've hung in there and given your time, and we've done this for others.
Sure.
For for the cause, for us, there's always we do this, but you've hung in there in my late night antics and all this kind of stuff, and I really want to thank you again, as always. Life is a bitch, and we just sit here and just banter back and forth and talk about that bitch and how to handle it and get through another week. And again,
Oh,
and here we are.
so Shona said not as good as the pirate joke.
I'm sorry. I haven't practiced
Shona,
that
you're
joke.
right.
I haven't practiced that joke in a while. Come on,
yeah, I'm with Shona on that one, but
it gets funnier. All right, there goes my whole sincerity thing.
Listen, thank you though, because thank you.
All right, I'll work on a new one. I'm sorry.
I'll leave it at that because it's late. It's 1:00 in the morning.
It
here on
is
the East
late.
Coast. I'm tired.
But it's the
And
end
I'm
of the
old.
year. I know. I heard that one. You're old.
I'm old.
All right,
old.
look.
Listen, man, it's gonna be an awesome 2022. You and I have we've worked so hard to reach so many people, and I think if you just reach one person who reaches one person who reaches one person who reaches one person is really what it's all about. And our lives are all about making a difference in the world. Shona gets that. I mean, she works with, let me give her a plug, because she works with cancer patients and their families, and she, what she does, she knows that most people, the outcome's probably not going to be good, and we've all been there. And that's what life is all about, and so anyway, I feel blessed to be able to do what we do. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I've done lots of other things and doing some cool stuff. The TV show and other things that we're doing are going to be great, but I really enjoy the opportunity to connect with people and have them reach out and respond to me in the way that they do, and I'm very humbled by it. And people know that. So anyway, all right.
Your final wish for everyone.
Well, my final wish for everyone, really, guys, as we end 2021, is to really. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to be true to yourself. I want you to listen to your gut. I want you to listen to the voices in your head and your intuition. I want you to do what's right for you, and to be at peace with what you do and find what it is. I've said it before. For me, it's, one day you might have seen my post. I spent 5 hours in church, and not that I'm a Bible belting. I can't even really quote scripture, but it's a place of peace and serenity. So find out what it is that works for you. Be true to yourself in 2022. Don't buy into everybody else's agenda, everybody else's bullshit. Don't just take it hook, line, and sinker. If it doesn't feel right, doesn't sound right, it's probably not right. And so just be true to yourself as we enter into 2022. We're going to get out of this. We're going to get through this together, but let's stay together. Reach out to people. If you're out there and you're suffering and you feel like you're alone, you are not alone. You're not alone, my friends. You're not alone. There are people that, how come nobody calls? Where are my kids? This marriage didn't work out the way I thought it would be. This relationship, whatever, you are not alone. And so that's, Peter, as we end 2021, I want people to know that you're not alone. Even though you think you are, you're not. So God bless you and keep you, and just get out there and try to find ways to say yes. Let me leave people with that note. Try to find ways to say yes. If somebody says something that's out of your comfort zone, go. I was invited to this Christmas party last night. JT Mullen's not watching, and I really didn't want to go. I was in my pajamas till about 5 o'clock. I didn't jump in the shower till 5:30. I said, I won't be there at 6 o'clock. He said, get here whenever you can. I really did not want to go.
Yeah.
And JT's my friend, but I got this book, so we'll leave it on this. He gave me this, and I thought, all right, God, you wanted me to go so I could get this book, and I have not read the Christmas story, which a lot of people, the Christmas box, have. So I was like, okay. That was the purpose of my going. So that's what I want you to be aware of.
All right. There you go. Bob Paff, God bless you. We'll see you next year, right? I'll call you. I'll call you in about a week.
All right, man. You heard Shona, that pirate joke. All right, buddy. I'm going to bed.
That's it.
Good night.
We'll see you
Happy
next-
New Year. I love you.
Happy New Year. See you next
Bye.
year. All right. Bye-bye. That's the end of it, folks. Bob Paff's final word for 2021. We didn't like my joke. I should have practiced a little more. I hadn't told that one in a long time, but it was kind of spur of the moment. It gets better. All right, folks. Again, I want to remind everybody. Where are we? After this show tonight, everything lives on as always, but the Peter G Show is moving starting next month. New day, new time. Wednesdays. We're going to be moving to Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. It's going to take some getting used to. 9 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesdays, we're going to start moving it different. Just saying. So I won't see you for a while, but then once we're back on, life will be good, and we'll be back. So don't forget to subscribe, okay? Please just get in there and get on that YouTube, podcast, iTunes, all the above. We're going to make some big jumps, and life is going to get bigger, better. We're going to get bigger, better. You're going to get bigger, better with us. Subscribe, okay? Don't forget the iTunes podcast. Take me on the road with you. Listen to me while you're on the go and in the car. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, all the above. I want everybody to have my wish to you is that you have a healthy, happy New Year. We're all going to have problems through the year. We're all going to have problems in life. At the end of the day, if we're still here to talk about it, then we must be doing something right. Could be worse. And as Bob Paff and I both say, you're not alone. So please, don't forget, be kind. There is a lot of problems in this world. You get your buttons pushed a lot. You don't have to be an asshole, but you don't have to take a lot of shit from people too. I'm always, not wanting to cause conflicts and things like that. Sometimes you got to just put your foot down, say enough is enough. You deserve to be at peace with yourself. And as Bob said, make this year to say yes instead of no. Love you guys, and I appreciate each and every one of you for spending the time, taking the time out of your lives to watch the Peter G Show. I hope that next year is going to be even more eventful for everyone, and we're going to have a really entertaining year and something you can take home with you and take to heart. But you got to share. Got to share. Happy New Year, folks. Love each and every one of you again. Don't take it for granted. I know that there's lots of choices in life, and you could be doing other things, but yet you choose to take your time and watch this show, and I appreciate it and love you for it. From all of us, and I have the many people that help and chime in, whether they're via remote, putting in their 2 cents to make this show for you. We wish you all a Happy New Year, and I can't say it more. I'll see you soon, all right? My name is Peter G. As always, love you guys. Peace out.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.